But if you're the Vikings, knowing that this is all trending well, and Kirk went down like that, and you're going to lose him for the year, that is why you would almost pick up the phone and talk about it, Danny, because you can still win now. Like, this is a team who can still win now.
With that scenario, that makes perfect sense. That's a great scenario. You trade Tannehill to the Vikings, and he probably want that because after what he seen Will did, he kind of, we all know. And everyone knows when you're sitting there and you see the guy that's behind you go nuts, you like,
go nuts.
Hey,
and it's still yet to be seen. He's going to be able to do that over and over again. Like,
true.
You will have to see it, but if you are going to go with Will Levis, let's say we're sitting here and we are the coaching staff and the GM saying Will Levis is going to be the guy for the rest of the year. The fear of him being hurt is one thing, but you know Tannehill's not going to be on the team next year.
Yeah.
You know he's not going to be on the team next year. So if you're able to get any draft capital at all, that's worth sending off.
Because if Will goes down, then you're back to like, all right, well, we gave this a run.
Yeah.
We know what we're gonna get with the offense if Will Levis goes down.
Yeah.
It's more of like, let's get draft picks because we know Tannehill's not gonna be here.
With Levis, it's like if he goes down, it is, you still have optimism. You're like, this is not going to be the year for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
This is not going to be that year where it's like, we're going to do it. We're going to make a run, blah, blah, blah. Like they could potentially, if he keeps playing this well,
for a wild
they
card
could be
spot.
competitive. But if he does go down, as a Titans fan, you're sad for the 2023 season, but you're so optimistic for 2024.
True.
And so you have Malik going there, which we need to talk to the fans a little bit about those boos. That's wild. That's disrespectful. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, they booed him. There's a bad snap. The initial reaction is like, oh, Malik came in and he fumbled right away, but it was a bad snap.
It was the first drive,
the entire stadium or not the entire stadium, but a lot of fans are just out there booing it.
I ain't gonna lie, I was walking through the stadium, it was Legends Week, so I was moving I didn't even hear the boos. Somebody told me like, oh, you so proud about them booing Malik. And I'm like, bro, I never even heard them boo Malik, so I don't even know what you're talking about. Like,
Hopkins and I think Simmons and even Derek commented on it and was like, you can't have that. What's that?
Yeah, I didn't.
Levis talked about, which is big too. But with Levis, it's like if he shows that and he goes and, let's say it's half as good the next week, like you got to feel on Thursday Night Football.
Quick turnaround.
Yes. Dude, and the thing about Will, it wasn't the touchdowns that was like, oh my God, to me, it was his presence in the huddle.
Yeah.
Him sitting there, it looked like he was controlling everything. Him walking up, knowing who the mic is immediately. Yeah. Could be making wrong checks, but you see safeties, rolling over. One safety goes back to the middle, the other safety comes down. He had the wherewithal to check it, move the boys, put them in different positions. They're going to have a whole lot of coaching for him on other ways, but he made minimal mistakes and looked overly confident in a good way with that team to where it's like, this dude looks like a dude. The only thing he really had was there was a check down to Chig late in the game. I think it was like late in the third quarter that could have been picked off by the linebacker, but it was kind of a duck. He looked like he was throwing it away a little bit, but just didn't throw it away good enough.
Y'all may think I'm crazy if I say this, but what about Hill from the Saints? You don't think he can be a quarterback we should bring to the Titans and give him an opportunity to be a starting quarterback? The dude is unbelievable at everything he does.
You talking about Taysom Hill?
Yes.
You talking about the Mormon missile?
Football player, bro.
A football player. Imagine giving him.
Is he like a top 5 football player of all time in NFL
I would
history?
say the dude can play tight end.
My roommate was bringing that up.
Running back, quarterback, punt return. he even going to tackle you.
700 pounds in season.
And hey, speaking of being strong, dude, Will Levis on that 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, whatever it was, they did a sneak and he got like 4 yards. Little tushy push. DeAndre Hopkins, he's got to have massive confidence going into next week too. Like,
that's one of my.
What's the best is how we heard. We had heard on the sidelines, or we had heard Hopkins coming over from the Cardinals. Like he'll be on the sideline and be like, hey, like just throw me the ball,
right?
Throw it up. Like with a young QB like Will, and Will just knows how talented Hopkins is. It is nice to see him just taking shots for 50-50 balls, being like, fuck it. D-Hop, go get it.
Dude, in the first quarter, he threw one. Literally, the release was incredible. Yes, Burks flicked the wrist, and there's 2 guys, and he put it in the only place Burks could catch it, and he dropped it.
Which is, I know.
Dude, the drop's a drop. Like, they can coach that and make it better, but, like, look at this.
This one right here.
No, this is DeAndre.
At that moment in the stadium, we've never cheered for an incomplete pass, and that place borderline erupted just by throw and it being on the money.
And then the one, his last touchdown pass with Nick Westbrook, he's falling back and Tossier floats that thing in the air. This might be it right here. Yeah? No. He floats it in the air and he puts it right in Nick's hands. It was, you watching, you're like, this kid literally has legit special talent.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
You got to float it like that.
back foot. Look at this.
It
Look
was
at that
an
placement.
opportunity to go get it.
No,
That's
that's
what you're
a
supposed
throw.
to do.
And Will, we know you're listening. Don't buy into what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what you got to tell Will right now.
You got to tell quarterbacks
Vrabel was
that
doing
now,
it right
all
away. He runs up the tunnel after the game. Vrabel just gives him a handshake. I say, hey, you gotta do it again Thursday. Short week.
He celebrated with his family, man. It was a great
cool.
moment.
That was
to
a cool.
see,
Yeah,
him
look
to
at
this.
come out and do that.
He's got that. I want to say arrogance, but I mean it as a compliment. He's got that, like, I'm legit gonna go out here. I'm gonna dice these fuckers up. He's got that Blaine Gabbert, boys. You hold them up. I'm gonna dice these boys up.
They put the camera on him on the bench after that first touchdown pass, and he was like in the face of the OC, or not the OC, because I don't think Tim Kelly sits down there, does he?
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Down there.
Well, he was down there like face red, screaming like, "We can do this! Like, let's keep rolling."
Yeah,
and then like, it was. I haven't seen emotion like that.
There was
from a
one
quarterback
play.
we've had.
I love the fact that he was throwing deep balls, but there was one play. It was like 3rd and 8, and they were right in that field goal area, right towards half, where they could have got more points on the board. Where he tried to throw a deep ball that ended up not connecting. If he would have thrown that check down there, that would have gotten that 5-6 more yards to put you in a field goal situation. Instead, they have to punt.
He'll see those though.
I mean, he'll get better. He'll get better. He'll see that on film. He'll understand. You don't always got to take the big shot. He was hot. I feel he was on fire. He like everything I throw, they catch it.
He was essentially running NFL blitz to bomb every play. Like he was just like, let me just throw this thing up, see what happens.
It up, go get it.
Because he had some good, dude. He had some good throws.
And
he had great decision making. He got the ball out quick. The offensive line looked like they played a whole lot better too.
I think he helped that whole focus on the O-line because he would get rid of it that fast.
He was getting rid of it fast. So
he had a great awareness play in 4 minutes too, taking a sack actually.
Going down,
instead of trying to force get an incompletion. Like I don't know if he really thought about this, but he's like in that 40-yard range. He kept drifting back, giving Stonehouse a little bit more room to punt because he's got an absolute leg, and he was putting it inside the 10 quite a bit.
That play was a screen, though, right?
It wasn't a screen. One of those was a screen. Yeah. That one went to Chig, and that one got blown up pretty quick. But the kid showed promise to where, as a Titans fan, you got to be thrilled going this week. Who they play this week?
Pittsburgh, Thursday.
We're at
here
at Pittsburgh.
At Pittsburgh.
But
that'll be a great.
Kenny Pickett's down. Kenny Pickett had a rib injury, so I don't think he'll be playing, and they did not look that good. I mean, he will be having TJ Watt coming after him, but it's
Highsmith.
Yeah, him too. Yeah, absolutely. TJ Watt.
The line gonna definitely have to step up this game.
But what's cool is, like, before last week, it's kind of like the questions up there is like, do the Titans roll out Will Levis and kind of put him into a year where it seems like we're going down anyway? Like, put him in that situation to maybe like bruise his confidence going into like year 2. But the fact that they did roll with him and Levis stepped up like that, it's like you're in a, like, I ain't got a whole lot to lose. Like, let's just let it spin. Let's be confident.
At the end of the day,
like, he's making checks at the line. He did it like 2 plays in a row.
Yeah.
Where he's trying to make checks at the line. And it's like just being confident in what I'm saying. Like, hey, maybe I might be saying the wrong shit, but I'm just going to trust my gut. I think is like I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome how it all played out for him.